sake of the list. But
Put
I
him in
think
high tier.
I'll
I'll
put
put
him
him in
on.
high tier. I ain't gonna
I
disrespect
think
them.
him
Put him
dodging
in
the
high
kick from
tier.
Delta, him tanking the swipe from limited code, and then also him holding Kinshiki while he's like bloodlusted trying to kill Sasuke. Even though you can't really tell, like, it's not really a speed feat because you can't tell when he activated the shadow paralysis relative to Kinshiki's movement because it's off panel. But the fact that he's even able to hold him for a period of time, like, is fucking insane. This is
I
like
have to be right back,
skip.
guys. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, and this is like pre-time skip shit. So I think that's some. I mean, that's some god. Like, he's going up against gods. Like, Delta's like god level. I think demigod's a good place for him. But if you want to have him in high tier, I'm fine with that. It's cool.
Exactly. I completely agree. I think, to be fair, on Kinshiki's part, I think he's very powerful. Like you said, he's a god. And Shikamaru, just because he put him under paralysis for any amount of time, that doesn't scale him up to Kinshiki. I think Kinshiki would easily wipe the floor with Shikamaru. I think, even if you want to say Kinshiki's going all out, I don't think he's going all out. I think he's trying, but I think Shikamaru is going all out. And the fact he isn't able to hold it, he's able to hold it for a little bit, but not fully. We see the tensile strength when the shadow paralysis breaks, which shows how hard he's struggling to maintain it. And I think to some extent, the abilities scale above the characters as well. So I don't think it's more so similar to Ino putting Obito under mind transfer jutsu, and Obito is able to pretty much immediately break out. I don't think it's impressive that they're able to be put under the jutsu. I think really it determines how long they're under it, which is the impressive part, because I think anyone can be put under it. It's just about how effective it is when they're put under it.
Yeah. Well, I also take into consideration one, Momoshiki was being held as well.
Yeah.
And then also Momoshiki, and they never broke out of his shadow paralysis. They had to absorb it, or he had to absorb it with his Rinnegan. Or at least he did. I don't know if he had to, but he did. So I think all of that is pretty damn impressive, to be honest, to at least put him in demigod. But if you guys,
no, I agree. I was just playing devil's advocate. I agree with your stance.
Okay.
I just find Shikamaru to be more of a support type, and he needs a team in order to do what he needs to do.
But there's a thing. He's supporting gods. He's supporting Naruto. So yeah, he's a demigod. It makes sense.
I mean,
in order to support a god, you sort of have to be a demigod.
So y'all go ahead and put him demigod. Go ahead and put him demigod.
I just feel like he has feats against like actual god tiers, like Delta, Ada, Kinshiki, Momoshiki, like Code.
I get it, but even in those feats, it wasn't defeat that he got. It was just a shadow paralysis.
Exactly.
No, that's not true though.
It didn't necessarily damage them at all.
No, but what I'm saying is like his ability to hold them, like there's something there in measuring like his power level. I'm not sure how to like use the wording, but like there's something there. Like maybe his maybe I have to like spend a little bit more time with it.
Okay, what about this?
But just the fact that
I think I have a way to explain this to you, because like I said earlier, I think Shikamaru's shadow paralysis would scale above his own strength. So hypothetically, Shikamaru makes a shadow clone and puts his shadow clone under shadow paralysis. I don't think his shadow clone could break out of it.
I think maybe if you take into consideration the properties of the shadow itself, like through like shape transformation or nature, but I think he's like what, yin release? That's the darkness, right? The dark.
Yeah, I mix those two up all the time. Don't take my advice.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember. So I think maybe if you take into consideration like the properties, like I know like jutsu are supposed to scale beyond like the initial, just as a byproduct of like shape transformation, nature transformation, if that's the case. So maybe in that case, it would scale higher than his like normal chakra that he can bring to bear to boost his physical stats or something. But I don't have enough information about the technique itself. But I would imagine, number one, it's chakra, right? So it would have to be some kind of shape transformation. and it is like a yin or yang, whatever, which one. So I would imagine it's like nature transformation as well. And through that process, it's going to enhance it beyond the norm, which would be like his normal chakra and how he would apply it to his physical stats, I would imagine. So I would say it's probably stronger than his normal self.
Yeah, I go even further.
Like if he held Kinshiki with like in a bear hug, I think he's gonna hold him.
Comparison.
Yeah.
It's also the fact that he's more